everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. The afternoon show. The afternoon show. So, what is my plans? Well, I started a GoFundMe this morning because everybody's doing it. It's the end thing to do. So, I started a GoFundMe. And I'm going to be working on building a new rig that is going to be dedicated to just streaming. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. And there's going to be quite a few features that I'm going to be adding to these streams. One of the best features is going to be so my friends can log in and stream along with me. That's going to be one of the best features, is that people are going to be able to log in on the box because it's going to be connected 24 hours a day to a stream. I'm probably going to use YouTube. I don't know what the length of Periscope is. I think it's 4 hours, but I can set it up on a rotating schedule. So the plan is this, is to raise the funds, build the box. It's going to be a good box. Also, I'm in the middle of moving, so also I'm going to be having a room that's dedicated to this. It's not going to be like in my living room or in my bathroom. It's going to be a whole room dedicated to streaming 24 hours a day. And the stream will always be on. Even if I'm not on, the stream will be on, and other people are going to be able to log into it. Think about it like Patriot Soapbox, but I know what I'm doing when I start networking all this together. So it's going to be absolutely amazing when I start this project. And other people are going to be able to take part in it and log in. Just close people that I know, right? I'm not just going to let anybody up in there because I don't want people logging in there and doing any kind of shenanigans that are either illegal or stupid. So it's going to be well-worth streamers that come into it and check it out and come into the box. So I got big plans. Betsy's going to be part of it. Anybody who knows Betsy's my rig that I've always had that I refuse to part with. So when I build this machine, it's going to be absolutely amazing. But it's expensive though. Like, check out just for the chip itself is very expensive. They're not cheap. So when you start looking at like costs of different things, the Threadripper is $499 because I want something that's gonna push out some power. So just for the chip itself is $499. I mean, if you're gonna really build a box that's gonna be constantly connected to any kind of streaming platform or something, you want to go ahead and really build a machine that's gonna destroy the left's message. And I think that's the whole plan, is to destroy the left's message. As for because I think it's time we go back to taking on the left and the issues of the left. I'm hated online because I take on things that I feel that need to be taken on. That's always been a big thing with me. If I see something that I don't feel is right, I've always taken on an issue. I've never shut up. I've never been quiet. I've never sat down. I'm one of those people. If I see some things going wrong, whether it be in the conservative movement or the leftist movement, I always speak up, and I always take on these kind of issues. It's always been a thing for me. I'm an honest individual. I don't lie to people. I don't make things up. I don't tell tales or anything like that. I tell you the truth. I bring you the facts, and I live by that motto. I've never tried to say things that aren't true or tried to manipulate a situation to better my financial gain. But honest platforming is the best platforming, because if you're honest and you're truthful with your audience, they will always come back to your streams. And that's the point I make with all my streams. And people who hate me hate that I'm like that. Or they hate that I don't join the status quo. They hate that I won't engage and follow the leader politics or follow the narrative of politics. I refuse to do that. Like we're seeing in the DOJ's already caved to Nadler. I mean, a big Fox News just put out an article, and the problem with what's going on in politics right now is everybody wants everything to be a win. A win. Everything has to be a win. Whoa. Off-duty Los Angeles Sheriff deputy shot and head critically wounded at Jack in the Box. That's crazy. Anyway, so I was looking over trends this morning, and I was looking over just things that are going on. You've got so many things going on right now. There's so many things in politics. I mean, you've got so many shenanigans. It's crazy, right? Like here's this: DOJ pushes back at Dem gloating over a Mueller report deal. I mean, let's face it, man. Let's face it. There are some things going on with these Democrats, and Republicans sometimes don't push back the way they should. Trump's army. Yes. What can I do for you? What can I do for you? Somebody asked me a question. Trump's army. Hello? So I'm answering any questions. But I'm going to start streaming again. I deleted all my streams, starting over. I like to start over every once in a while. So I'm cleaning out. I cleaned out all my channels. I'm now going to start fresh streaming. I moved away from a lot of the riffraff and the crazy stuff that goes on. It's time to get back to taking on the left and doing those issues. It's more important, especially with the election coming up. It's June 11th. In 7 days, Trump launches his re-election. And we have to get on the ball, and get dealing with the left and their antics, because they're going to try to pull a bunch of stuff this election season. So we have to be on the ball. We have to really get going on some things that matter. Sitting around arguing over stupid shit is not going to get Trump re-elected. Taking on the left and getting our message across is going to get Trump elected. So that's where I'm pushing towards things. I'm going to be doing a live stream later on tonight. I'm dragging Meg onto the stream with me. If she likes it or not, she'll be on with me. My Twitter is up and running again. You can find it over here. I can go ahead and put it up on the board. All you have to do is search for my name too, and you can find me. But I'll put it up so you can see it. 1 second here. There I am. I am on this handle. Sorry you can't see. There you go. Let me get this picture down here. I think that's the one I went down. I'm on that handle. It's _0R1, 4 underscores behind it. As you know, the left keeps taking accounts and doing things to people, so it's kind of hard to get out. So this conflated bullshit of the left is getting America nowhere. It's never going to. It's never going to. So my idea is to build this box, this Threadripper box, get moved into my house. I will be all moved in by hopefully the end of June. I will be all moved in. I will build the box at that time. I got to raise the funds for the Threadripper box first. And once I get all the funds together, I'm going to build this box, and it is going to be a screaming demon. Hey, Brian, what are your thoughts on Zionism and the stranglehold it has on America by heavy Jewish influence? Well, I don't consider it Jewish influence, but Zionism does exist. I mean, if you put all the moguls together, I mean, let's not hide the fact that it's a lot of bank-owned interests. Someday I'll get into that, but I don't want people to think I'm anti-Semitic. But do I think Zionism exists? Yeah, of course. Zionism is actually just another term for globalism. Let's be honest, my friend. Globalism is a big thing, and if people don't think that doesn't exist, they're stupid. I mean, but it's not anti-Semitism. I think a lot of people confuse the two together. Globalism is Zionism. Someone just had to make a boogeyman to blame. Right? But when you look throughout history, several countries have engaged in this globalistic empire that they're trying to build through the guise of globalism. And that's a one world currency. But who's very Zionist? Who is Zionist? But I think a lot of people misdirect things, pointing fingers at the Jewish people to pointing fingers at the power structure. Who was it that said it best? It was it Harry Truman, I believe, was talking about the military-industrial complex. Will you follow me back, Zero? Been following you. Thank you. Absolutely. If you want to give me a shout out on Twitter and shout at my tag, I will follow you back. It's going to take me a little while to build my Twitter back up. You know how Twitter is. But in this 2020 election, I have to follow the rules. It's not going to be any heavy slanging or anything like that. I really got to get down to business and handling the task of exposing the left on the left's terms without getting deplatformed. I think that's the biggest mission of them all. And a lot of us are going to have to stay within the boundaries of social media so that we do not do that. It's going to be tough to do. It's going to be tough to do. But we got to do it. We got to walk this fine line right now. My wife is Jewish, so calling it out isn't anti-Semitic. Well, I don't think so either. But I think globalism and the industrial, military complex and the industrial world market, such as money and global corporate interests. I think that's more in line with Zionism. I wouldn't say blame a people. I would say blame that ideology and world leaders, because it starts with a world leader. Let's be real. World leaders control more than you think. And there are a lot of pro-globalistic world leaders. Did you see the Macron tree died at the White House? That was kind of funny. I was laughing about that. I was like, oh God, the world tree died. So Macron tried to plant a tree. I'm sure you guys have heard about that, right? The tree, the tree that Macron and Trump had planted, it bit the bucket. Like, it didn't even make it a year. So I was kind of laughing about that yesterday when I read the story. I was like, oh, the tree didn't make it. Oh no, that's sad. But that goes to show you, like, globalism, nope, that's out. I think that's what Trump's fighting more than anything is globalism. It's not even the wall. It's not, rebuilding the mill. It's globalism. And people don't understand that. We're fighting the biggest onslaught of globalism than we'll probably see in our lifetime right now. It's crazy. The amount of people that really want us to become a one world order where one world follows these certain set of rules. And that's some scary stuff. You're seeing YouTube deplatform people at a mass rate. YouTube is deplatforming like crazy, which is totally against, free speech and American values. But what they fail to tell you, the left, and this is their message, their rules are the only rules, and you will comply to those rules. That's the left's message. It's not even about free speech or free creativity, it's nothing. It's follow our rules or we're going to deplatform you. Follow our politics or we're going to deplatform you. Follow our message or we're going to deplatform you. I mean, you can't have a message outside of their message. They don't want that. They have a big problem with that. Whether it be, something talking about, anything that is not in the leftist mode of thinking. Could you please turn up the volume? Turn up the volume. My microphone? It's all the way up. I don't think I can get any louder than this. I mean, how's that any better? I believe my microphone is all the way up. I don't think I can get any louder than it is right now. Is that better for you? I was sitting back away from the microphone, so maybe I was coming out a little soft. I don't know. True. However, Trump, Bolton, Pompeo, just to name a few that consider themselves staunch Zionists. I don't know. I've not studied Zionism to a point. Yeah, it is 1984. It is. It's totally 1984. Brainwave thinking. I mean, I don't believe in the QAnon stuff, but I do believe in free speech. There's a fine line. I don't want to watch people get deplatformed and lose. It's a hard line, man. You can't. You can't want to hope for mass deplatforming on social media, because in the end we're all gonna lose. I think so. It's crazy, right? What do we do? I mean, here's the deal: people are allowed to do what they want on social media. I keep saying this about the Q stuff. If people want to do it, fuck it. Who cares? If people want to waste their time or do things they don't want to do, fuck it. Who cares? I can only be a conservative the way I want to be a conservative. You can only be a conservative the way you want to be a conservative. We can't do anything about things that are out of our control or things we don't like. I would like to sit around and complain about these people and push against these people all day long, but really, what does it do for you? Nothing. You get nowhere. It just takes away all of your fucking day. I don't have time for that. I've got other things I want to do, like taking on the left and that message and stuff, to be dealing with the babyisms of the internet and other people complaining about other people. I just have no time for it anymore. Do I believe in certain messages? Absolutely not. I only believe in my own conservatism. That's it. That's all I can do. I can only believe in my politics and what I believe in. They are allowed to believe in what but we're all conservatives. We're all conservatives. It's just we have different conservative ways of thinking. I think on a rational base. I think on a just a level of normalcy, and I don't go outside the box. I don't guess things. I don't live in Fantasyville. I just have my own way of conservatism. And I think each person should be, and the whole fake MAGA thing that comes out of all these other platformers, there's no such thing as fake MAGA. It's a term that was cooked up by some really stupid people, and it's kind of taken a life of its own, because you're either conservative or you're not. You can't be fake MAGA. Trump is the Republican Party, whether people like it or not. He's the Republican GOP candidate. Therefore, he is the Republican Party. So you're either supporting the conservative movement or you're not. There's no, gray field, green field. It's all, you either are conservative or you're not. You might not agree with some policies or some things going on that are in your political party, but you can't say, you're fake MAGA. No one is fake MAGA. If you support Trump, you're MAGA. If you don't support Trump, you're not MAGA. I mean, that's the only the two ideologies that there are, really. I mean, when you really think about it and really cook it down. And what we've got to get to the point where we either, look past some things that go on the Twitter and other social media platforms with other conservatives and just say, look, who gives a shit? Let them do what they want. I got other things to fucking do. And I think that's where we've got to get the base back to where it needs to be. We need to just ignore each other, those of us that can't get along, and get our message out clearer on both sides. I think that's all we can do. I mean, I could spend my days, like I said, arguing finer points of conservatism with other conservatives, but it's not going to help us get votes or push out a message that's positive or a message that actually means anything. I mean, I think that's where we need to go with this. And the more we talk about the left and the left's issues, the better chance Trump has of winning, the better chance that we have of keeping the Senate, the better chance that we have of just, overall success. And I think a lot of people miss that. I mean, like I said, I could sit around and guess things and, say things that aren't true or, tell you indictments are any day guy. I mean, I could do that, but that doesn't get me anywhere. Until I see an arrest, I really can't talk about anything. It doesn't really matter to me. A lot of people, with this John Durham stuff, I hope John Durham's doing something. I hope John Durham brings some people to justice. I just don't know. I mean, it's a tight-lipped case. It's a tight-lipped investigation. I don't have any inside contacts. Nobody does. That's why you don't see leaks coming out of the Department of Justice anymore. That's why you don't see, people that have actual information anymore. It just doesn't happen. Trump doesn't allow leaks. And Trump has a big problem with leaks, and Trump will fire the first fucker that allows leaking. He's not the guy that's going to allow people to get information that they don't need or that's not ready to come out. So these people who say they have information, those are the most people that crack me up the most, because I know in the Trump era and in the Trump administration, they prosecute leakers. They don't allow leakers. They don't allow leaks, and they will definitely put your ass in prison for leaking. So the whole notion that we're getting any leaks out of this Durham investigation is just ridiculous. It's stupid to even think about, because that would go against everything that Donald Trump has built in his administration. And most of you with a brain get that. Most of you with high intelligence scores get that Trump is just not going to go, okay, I'm going to leak out all this information. That's not how it works in the Trump era. He's totally done the opposite with these things. He's totally, he's brought back integrity into the Department of Justice, especially under William Barr. It's a whole different ballgame. This isn't Jeff Sessions anymore. This isn't like ridiculous, silly shit that's going on. So we have to take everything as we get it. It's real-time things. And I'm excited to see where Durham takes this. I really am. I'm really excited. But my goal here is to build a box and have my friends log in. I'm going to use meeting software so that they can get into it. I'm going to build an awesome graphics display. I do everything myself, by the way. Whenever I do something, I do it all. I put everything together myself. I don't have anybody helping me either. That's the good thing. I'm a one-man band. I always have been. I build my own websites. I build my own streams. I build my own, software. I add things to the software. Everything I do is by hand. And I have no producers. I have no this. I have no that. It's all done by me, myself. And everything I talk about, I don't even... Do you guys know I don't even put together shows? I talk off the top of my mind. Everything I stream is right off the top of my head. I have never practiced anything for... Imagine if I actually practice production quality stuff. I watch other people's streams and they actually put things together. Like I watch Meg with her streams with her friends, and they actually build a subject matter. They build up, what they're going to talk about. They do some sort of production. I don't do anything. I just jump on the microphone and I start talking to people. I'm a different kind of streamer. I just like talking about different subjects. So I'll jump on and I'll just start talking about something that was on my mind at the time when I wanted to start talking about it. So when I do my content, it's all fresh. It's just like, okay, I feel like talking about this. And then we talk about it and we discuss these issues. A lot of people don't have that. So I'm hoping as time goes on and I build this box and, I get into the house and I get the room set up, the room dedicated, everything, put up. I'm going to have a massive amount of monitors, I hope, and really have a central location. Yeah, I stream off my conscience. Exactly. I just stream what's on my mind. Sometimes I be funny. Sometimes I do shit that's off the wall. I know, stupid, crazy, nutty. But that's just for fun. Like this guy who called me this morning, this guy Scott. I meant no ill will towards Danielle Stella. I didn't know her past. The only thing, I had somebody from Minnesota ask me to see who she was. And I said I would, and I found her modeling page. I didn't know she had some kind of past with some kind of craziness. That was not my intention, but... the fact that if somebody runs for office, you got to be careful. You're now in the public eye. And I wasn't trying to, be mean to her or anything like that. It's just somebody from Minnesota asked me because they're running for office. And I think people who run for office, if a person that is looking into voting for that person wants to know where they stand or what their background is in the community, you're then a public official. You then put yourself into that ring. And let me tell you, you would rather have a fellow Republican or a fellow conservative look into something and tell you, okay, this is the person, this is what their background is, this is where they stand in life. Uh, you know, you would want that. I mean, I didn't say anything negative about her. I just said, hey, she was a model and a rapper dancer. I mean, there was nothing wrong with what I was talking about. This was off her page, off a public profile page. And the fact that, conservatives, we can't be secret. That's not what it's about. We're not here to, run secret campaigns. If you can't take me talking about it, what do you think is going to happen when the left talks about it? Or when the left get their hands on information? So you have to be able to deal with it in real time, especially if you're running for office. I mean, the first negative publicity you get, you should always be able to run it off, cut it off, and turn it positive. What I can tell you about Danielle Stella is that, hey, she was a successful model. See, here's how you spin a story like that. She was a successful model. She hung out in the rap industry, so she was successful on them terms. And there's nothing wrong with being successful, right? So you go ahead and you use that information as a positive in your campaign. It shouldn't even be a negative, but why it turned into a negative, I don't understand. But it was a simple remedy of saying, look, I was a dancer, a model, I was in the industry. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see what the big deal was of me looking at a public profile of a modeling page. I think she should have been thrilled that actually somebody was taking the time to look up this kind of information and say, oh, okay, who is Danielle Stella that's running for office? What's her stance on life? Where's she been in life? A runner should always be excited for something like that because there's somebody actually taking the time to look at that information and say, okay. And then maybe you can better educate people on that person that's running. And is she better than Ellen Omar? Fuck yeah. 10 times better. But you should always be able to access information on a candidate. It shouldn't be, oh, we have to keep that under lock and key. You're not going to win in politics doing that. You're not going to get through politics doing that. You're not going to get one over on the voter doing that. You got to be truthful when you run for office. It's part of the part and parcel. That's how it goes, I'm supposed to be working. Well, enjoy your break. Enjoy your break. I got to work tomorrow myself, my friend. So hopefully I might be taking on a second job, actually. I'm going for job number 2 right now. So I'm so busy these days, you don't even know. But I want to build this streaming. I want to build this platform. And I think building this platform is going to be the best. But anyway, I will be on tonight. I will drag Meg up on the stream with me if I can get her to go. Because I think she has some wonderful ideas as well. And I want a place where, like say one of the ladies of Liberty want to jump on and just... I want to be able to bring a streaming network where people can just get on. It doesn't even have to have my name on it per se. It just has to say, hey, friends, this is where we all go. Boom, we just jump on it and build it that way. That way you're getting a little bit of something from everybody, and I think that's my goal here, is to build something that's huge on one channel that just goes and goes and goes and goes. And keep it within TOS compliance. I've been un-TOS compliant for the past long while. So I'm trying to get back to being compliant so I can build something and make it huge. And if you want to support what I'm about to take part in, the link is down there. And as I get each part, I will definitely tweet it out. And I will show you that I bought the part. But it's going to take a lot to build this rig. It's not cheap, especially if I'm building something that's going to stand the test of time. That's the point. We want something that is going to be constantly connected to a viable stream that people can log into. And that people don't have to worry about their rig being too... So say I have a friend, Annie. Let's just say I had a friend, Annie, or a friend, Jenny, or something like that. And they had a crappy rig. because not everybody's got good rigs, right? I mean, not everybody's streaming got good rigs. Well, I want them to be able to log into this and not worry about their resources. My rig that I hook to it will be the horse. It will do the work. All they have to do is log in and start talking, right? So basically, instead of them running 15 different things, I'm running all that shit, and they're the ones just jumping in there and talking. So that will spare up a lot of their resources, a lot of their time, frustration, because then they only have to work one application. And then if they want to, they can also, bring up a browser with the chat or something in it. But my idea is to bring everything up in one location where people can just log into when they feel like. If they feel like just, one main channel where they want to, go off on a rant or have something they want to say outside of their sphere, they can just do it. It'll just be there to do it. And I think it'll be pretty cool. And it'll be pro-conservative, because I think it'll be fun. But anyway, I'm out of here. I want you all to have a great afternoon. Let's try to pick up the positivity. I think it's time to down the negativity, because I think it's too much on everybody. And I think, we have bigger things to worry about with the left, So all that in a nutshell. Take care.